Hi, my name is Mike. Thanks for joining me today on my channel, Technically Church, where I share over 20 years of experience in audio, video, lighting, and multimedia. You can always find out more on my website at technicallychurch.com. Let's jump in. Let's talk about sound check and setting gains on your console. Why is it so important? So what's one of the most important things you can do? When I train sound engineers and talk to volunteers, I just really reiterate, setting the gains first thing is one of the most important things you can do. Here's a couple pointers and why. Your console has preamps. Preamps are designed in a certain way that they operate more efficiently in the nominal gain level. So nominal gain on every board can be slightly different, but every preamp kind of has a target for where it wants to live. The nominal gain visually is usually where the green on the meter, the green meets the yellow. So usually you see green, yellow, red. Red is clipping. So the nominal gain is usually when the green meets the yellow. That is your target for gaining a channel when they're at a normal loud volume. Okay, so that helps the preamp work the best. Sometimes if you undergain and then try to boost it somewhere else, it just doesn't sound good. That's because that preamp is not working effectively. Now, the other reason is you'll be fighting, if you have a large band and you have, the Behringer Wing, which is what I'm currently using, can do 48 channels. So let's say you're using all 48 channels. If your gains are all over the place and they're not set right, you're going to really be fighting fader levels and channel volumes to get everything balanced and sounding right. So if you gain first, you'll have a much better mixing experience when you try to mix the band. A lot of people don't realize either the way that the faders work. Maybe you've heard you want to live around that zero mark, right? Which is the top 25% of your fader, that zero there. A lot of people will try to use that zero as a target, will try to live there. There is a reason for that. Maybe most people don't realize. When you're going up and down your fader strip, if you're living down in the negative 50 and you go from negative 50 to negative 40, it's a much more drastic volume change than going from negative 5 to 5. Still 10 on the number scale, but what you're going to hear will be drastically different. So the higher you go on your fader, the more fine-tuning you get. So once you get in that zero range, you can move it, a little bit, and the volume changes just ever so slightly. But if you're way down at the bottom and you move it just a little bit, you're actually going to get a lot more volume. So this matters, how you target that. So when you set your gains right, get your faders in the right position, you're not fighting things. And obviously, you're eventually going to run out of room. So if your gain too low, you need to push your fader all the way up, you're going to run out of room. So that's getting that gain set is important. Here's the other reason. The gain affects everything else. So the gain affects your compressor settings, the gain affects your gate settings, the gain affects your EQ, the gain affects any processing you're doing, and here's the big one. The gain affects your band's in-ears, wedges, P16s, whatever you might be using. The gain affects that. So if you get 2 songs into your rehearsal and everybody's got their mix dialed in and you're just really struggling and you realize that your gains are all messed up and you start adjusting them to make them right, it's going to change everybody's in-ear mix and your band's just going to be really frustrated with you. So save yourself some headache. Do a proper sound line check at the beginning. Go instrument by instrument. Ask them to play at their normal loud volume, which is sometimes hard to get, but ask for it, and gain properly each channel. It'll save you a lot of time and headache. Thanks for joining me today. Again, my name is Mike. You can always find out more on my website, technicallychurch.com, or on my YouTube channel, Technically Church. Look forward to seeing you soon.